with no treaty ever signed between any of the clans. This led to the frontier wars. It led to near complete genocide in Tasmania and led to disease ripping through the population. By the year 1900, of the estimated original inhabitants of Australia, 83% had died, primarily due to disease. And if this wasn't enough, it was coupled up with attempted cultural genocide. It was government policy in Australia from 1869 to 1967 to take Indigenous children from their homes and raise them in white households in an attempt to breed out the black and eradicate their languages and cultures. We refer to this as the stolen generation. Where we have made efforts to repair the damage, we've made a real mess of it. One statistic you should keep in mind, the average age of retirement in Australia is 65. We have one of the highest standards of living in the world. But 65 is higher than the average age of death for Indigenous men. And unfortunately, the latest report on the matter shows in most cases the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians is actually widening. I want to say there is the will to change in Australia, but it is going to be a long way before true reconciliation. But these days, Sydney is a vibrant and proudly multicultural city. We are even occasionally the centre of world events. In 2000, we hosted the Sydney Olympics, which was described by the head of the Olympic Committee at the time as the best Olympics ever. Melbourne had the Olympics, they didn't get called it, so we've got that over there. Now, a few years after this, we had World Youth Day, hosted in St Mary's Catholic Cathedral. Now, that is not the original building. The original building burnt down in 1865. We immediately started rebuilding it, but built a small wooden chapel next to it in the meantime, which isn't there anymore because it also burnt down. And shortly after this, our first church, St Philip's, also burnt down. So we took our time building this. We've got to make sure it's fireproof. Now, the town hall took 20 years to build, and the QVB took 5. You want to take a guess how long that took to build? Come on, spit out some numbers. 100? Keep going. 130. It was 130 years of looking at the half-built cathedral in the middle of the city going, yeah, she'll be right. However, the 2000s were coming, and much like you have a quick clean around the apartment when the in-laws are on their way, we took a look at the cinema and went, right, that's clean, we've put up the nice photographs. Oh, damn it, we forgot about the cathedral. So we finally got together the money and frantically put on the finishing touches. These days, it is a wonderful example of Irish-Italian Catholicism in Sydney. You can walk around the inside of it all day for free. It's stunning on the inside. They run their own free tours every Sunday at 2 p.m. Now, another thing we have here is this gorgeous fountain. This is the Archibald Fountain. It's named after Sydney businessman and journalist J.F. Archibald. And this guy loved France. He walked around Sydney with a pencil mustache and a beret, legally changed his name from John Feltham to Jules Francois. Anyway, on his deathbed, he left a pile of money for a fountain to be made in Hyde Park by a French sculptor in a style that would be home in Versailles. So there's our proud Irish-Italian history to our sort of French history. Now we get to go down to research down there, talk about why everything in Sydney is named after one Scotsman.